Achieving the mindset, as John Maxwell is just setting it up. And I'm very excited. I'm sure you're not tired by traveling all across the world, because you're getting excited, because you're getting tons of value and actionable items in order to learn more, grow more. And love your commentary on social media. Please keep it coming, because we wanted to know if this is making an impact. We are destined to change the world, but we want to start with changing one person mindset to the abundance mindset. And now, from all the way from Melbourne, Australia, let me fly you over to the sunny beaches of Florida. Yes, Florida, to meet my sister from another mother. And I'm very excited to introduce my friend, Shaba Shams. She's probably no stranger to you, as she continuously capture audience from all around the world using all different languages, as she spoke 4 fluent languages. And I'm always mesmerized by her way of communication, because she is also part of John Maxwell team, a powerful communicator, a savvy entrepreneur, and an intelligent consultant helping people from all the world. And she is, we can call, a public figure for many nations. Please help me welcome Shaba Shams.
Hello, my brother. Hello, citizens of the world. Thank you, Brother Rizwan, for having me.
Thank you for being with us on this abundance mindset. The mic, camera, stage is all yours.
I was very impressed actually with Sonia, who is up and running at 4 o'clock in the morning. So I'm so happy that I do not have this challenge. Hello, citizens of the world. Shaba Shams here. I am very blessed to be part of this amazing event. Speaking about abundance mindset, because truly there is no other way of living life but to embrace and manifest this type of mindset. And before we get started, I would like to start you guys off with the principles or the layers of what we might call abundance mindset. So everything begins in life with values and with a belief. All right, just imagine that one layer. And then after that comes thinking, our thoughts that we generate in our mind. Then from our thinking, we feel things, we get emotions. So notice that from the belief and the values to the feeling and the thinking, all of this happen behind the scene, consciousness or the unconsciousness or the unconscious mind. And then, of course, the results or the outcomes is that it turns into behavior, it turns into attitude, and it turns into results and outcomes. So a lot of people look at the outcomes and the results in their lives, and they feel like that's not what they want. Of course, you may not like the outcomes. What do? Instead of complaining and blaming the outcomes, try to dive in these layers and go investigate and explore your own belief system and values that is generating your thinking, your feeling that leads to your behavior, attitude, and outcomes. So the reason I'm saying this is because I would like to start off by saying that I believe that the universe has set us all to be happy, to find success, to enjoy the riches around us. I do believe that everybody on this planet has the power and the control to create this wealth, this beauty, and this joy. Notice that I started by I believe, not that I think, because thinking is not as rooted in your mind as believing. When you start thinking, you might have some doubts, but when you believe, you approach life and everything that you create around you with certainty. So, to create an abundance mindset, you have to tap into your power of believing and not having a doubt about what you want to accomplish. So, a lot of people ask me questions about this whole abundance because those of you who've been watching me for a while know that I always have a great smile. And I'm a happy, joyful person, and I like to spread love and positivity. And this is a business that honestly, you cannot fake it until you make it. Meaning, if I truly didn't embody this lifestyle and this vibration and these waves, I would not be able to touch so many hearts out there. The reason I do is because I am pretty happy, joyful. I manifest my life, the life that I desire. And not only that, I create abundance around me. So the question that I get is like, how do you do it? Is abundance something that you're born with? Is it something that you can create and you can work on? Good questions, right? They are very legitimate and they're very important because they are truly at the foundation of building a life of success and joy and happiness, and building a life not so much. So before I answer your questions though, I would like to walk you through my origin story, how I actually was introduced to the abundance mindset. And I get it. Those of you out there thinking, oh, it's Bob Proctor. I'm sure it's Bob Proctor. You think it's Bob Proctor? Not absolutely not. Remember, I was born and raised in Algeria, which is a third world country or a developing country, if you want to be a little bit more politically correct. But the truth of the matter is that I grew up in an environment that did not allow me to have access to so many things that nowadays you can access by a click of a button. And needless to say, we didn't have phones or internet and so on. So our exposure to the world were very limited. So there is no way in the world that the little Shaba who grew up in North Africa had access to Tony Robbins and the Bob Proctors of the world. So I got introduced to abundance mindset from a person actually who has never read a book and never watched a video of any motivational speaker, right? It was my grandmother. My grandmother was actually the one who introduced me to the abundance mindset. She was a widower who lost her husband at a very early age. And after the independence in 1962, she got her apartment, she got a job, and she refused to be taken care of. She's very stubborn. She's still stubborn, by the way. She's 96 years old, and she's still pretty much like that. But growing up as a kid, I actually saw her and how she approached life and money. She was always rather happy, very joyful, very community service oriented. So once a month, when she gets her paycheck, she separates it and splits it into three. One third will go to, paying for her apartment, electrical bill, and so forth. The one third will go for her food and so on and so forth. So of course, by now she knows what are her needs. And then the third will go to charity and donations. So I've seen her fill these baskets with meat and bread and whatever, put it on her head. And then she would walk like 3-4 miles to go to her village where she, feeds the orphans, the widowers, and the needy. It was very strange to me, She was a single mom. She was a single mom. How would she do that? And I recall in my little mind world, looking at her, mesmerized, shocked, and I would say, but grandma, why are you doing this? Aren't you afraid that you might not have enough? And she used to give me this big smile. And she says, oh, no, 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 no. Don't worry. Really reassuring me. It goes from here and it comes back from this. See, now she's doing this little movement, this circle form of it goes from here and it comes back from there. And it will take me years and years to really understand what that meant. The cycle of life, getting, growing, giving. It was really the law of vibration and attraction that created the abundance mindset. And of course, I struggled with this because, in contrast with the abundance mindset, we have the scarcity mindset. And the scarcity mindset, I had to work on it, to be honest with you, because one, it wasn't natural. Human beings are not built naturally to be frugal, because that's life. We go fish and hunt, and then we bring the food and we eat it and we share it, right? So if you think about how, origin of life, how it used to be. So scarcity is something that is kind of sometimes imposed on people, on humans. And I had to work on it because keep in mind that we were a newly independent country governed by socialism and dictatorship. We were not allowed to acquire or build wealth and acquire much. We were all wearing the same uniform, kind of like boxed into this mindset where everything needs to be shared. So beyond that point, people were not even allowed to dream and desire. So I really had to really work on that mindset, the frugality and the scarcity that I had observed in other members of my family. But I soon remembered or developed an understanding that the abundance mindset follows two important principles. The first principle is really understanding that this universe is offering us so much and giving us so much. So there is the sense that there is enough money to go around, enough opportunities to go on now, enough wealth to go around. There is plenty of products you can buy and sell. There's plenty of knowledge, of opportunities. So people can actually tap into that belief system that the creator has created the universe in a state of abundance, not in a state of scarcity. We have plenty of everything if we really think about it. And then, of course, the second principle is I call it the tennis strategy. So, those of you who play tennis understand that there is a strategy when you play sports that involve a ball that you need to get a point or hit a goal, is that you always try to place yourself in the middle. Why do you do that? You place yourself in the middle because it increases your chances of hitting the next point, the next goal. So in tennis, no matter where you hit the last, ball, you always try to come back in the middle, center yourself, and have that eagle tongue of attack position. Bend your knees a little bit, grab your racket, and be ready on the watch because you're ready. You're ready to hit the right next ball and get the point. So this tennis strategy, if you apply it in your life and understanding that there is enough of everything around you, you will always position yourself where you can win, being around the right people, right place, and really don't shy away. Don't be frugal. Take courses, connect with people, pay for mentors, be around, like Grant Cardone actually says something really interesting. Buy a seat around the right table. Be around these people who can bring to you those opportunities and don't shy away because you cannot afford it. The more you do this, the more you position yourself in receiving opportunities that will bring you wealth and riches. I never really felt at accomplishing my dreams and manifesting things. In fact, I'm going to share with you just one story among others, so many others, that sometimes it takes me some time, like years, to manifest my desires, but sometimes it happens just like this. But here is one. And I mean, the whole experience was out of this world, to be honest with you. For 4 years, I used to come to Daytona Beach and for business, for meetings, and I would stay at the shores, which is a hotel like a spa on the beach side. So those of you who know Daytona Beach, it's mainland connected with the beach side through bridges, by bridges. Beautiful. It's really amazing. So for 4 years, and I used to live in the Midwest at the time. So for 4 years, I would come down here. And yeah, you notice that I said I come down here. So I'll come down here and I'll stay in Daytona and drive in the rental car because it was always a rental, driving over the bridge. I just like, oh my God, I want to live here. This is where I want to be. Fast forward 4 years later. Like I said, it's a very weird story if I gave you the details, but fast forward 4 years later, it happened. And I moved to Florida and I moved to Daytona Beach and I lived on the beach side. And here I am crossing the bridge back and forth, from my place because I lived 1 block away from the beach. That was also my dream. And I'm driving back and forth over the bridge. And one day it was just such a magnificent, beautiful day. The breeze, the sunshine, it was just like perfection in disguise. I put my hand outside and out the window, kind of to feel the breeze in my real car this time, driving my own car. And it hit me. It really hit me. And I froze for a minute. And it's like, holy cow, this is exactly what I was desiring and manifesting for 4 years. And I didn't really think about it. Sometimes you get caught and oh, I need to sell the house and I need to do this. And you're doing all this stuff without really stopping and being mindful about what the heck is going on in your life. And then when you get to that point and you stop and it's like, holy cow, I saw myself in this life. And this is where you realize that you have the power to manifest your dreams, your desires, and the life you want. And that comes from gratitude, from abundance, from really tapping into that energy of vibration and attraction. So, number of situations I can go on, and thankfully I journal, so I keep track of what happens in my life, and I go back and reassess it, and it's like, wow, I didn't see this coming, but it happens. So, I have always been able to dream big, even growing up, manifest my desires, and I never allowed anybody to stop me from dreaming big because that was the only thing that belonged to me. Remember, go back to what I was sharing with you in the beginning? It starts with your belief, it starts with your values, it starts with your thinking and then feeling, and then you make it happen. So once you're really tapped into what you don't see, that's how you can move your manifestation of what you want to happen into what you can see. But if it doesn't exist in that unseen, it will never move to the seen, where people can actually see it. So growing up, I thought it was luck. Oh my God, everybody thought I was so freaking lucky. Oh my God, Shaba, you're so lucky. How do you do it? And I really did think for a little bit that I was, lucky until 2008. 2008, I was introduced by a colleague of mine to The Secret, with Bob Proctor, Jack Canfield, and so many more. And it was the very first time that I heard about these concepts of manifesting your desires. And that's really when it started kind of making sense to me. For the first time, I started explaining the inexplainable because it was something that I couldn't explain. I wasn't going to settle for luck because luck is a chance and chance is probability. And probability, I was a math major and I loved, math and physics. And probability means chances that it might happen and chances that it might not happen, which actually contradicts with the whole idea of belief. If I relied on chance to create the life I want, maybe it will happen, but maybe it will not. How is this going to make you feel? Knowing that you are giving this much control to something that is so uncertain, no ground to it. And then you tap into your belief. What kind of belief is that? 100%? I don't think so, because it's luck, chance, probability. Is it 50%? How does that make you feel? That you will live life with 50% chances that you might achieve your dreams and your goals. How much are you going to put in there? 20% to make it happen? Don't tell me you're going to invest 50% because you only have 50% chances that you will get where you want to be. So these are the questions that I really want you guys to think about. Because if you live life relying on chances and luck and probability, you might not achieve much because the belief is not all that strong. So, if you do understand the law of the universe, the law of vibration, the law of attraction, that the energy moves around and circulate to come to you, then you can actually manifest whatever you want. So, as I shared earlier, I go for the I believe. I never ask for something in my life that I am not 100% sure that it will happen. As someone who has faith, I'm a spiritual person, and my faith is very strong in the Creator and everything that happens to us. When I ask with intentionality that it will happen. Not may happen, but it will happen. And that's when you tap into your belief system. And I think that's pretty much what distinguished me between me and a lot of people. And the reason I'm saying this is because I have conversation with a lot of people who struggle with this whole idea of abundance and how they can make things happen. And for me, abundance comes from gratitude because the universe is not going to sit here, with a little notepad trying to figure out what's good for you and what's not good for you, period. And when you focus your energy on the things that are not serving you, it's like the universe, imagine sitting back there and like, I am here in a lot of this energy, a lot of this request, a lot of this work. Let me give this person more of it. And then the more you get of it, the things you don't want, the more you go, oh, why am I, seeing this happen in my life? Why is this happening to me? Well, it is happening to you because you are unclear and intentional, and you have no idea where your energy is going. Like if you go to a restaurant and you grab the menu and you say, give me some food. Are you going to get some food? What kind of food? You might get food that you're not even liking. The idea here, when you deal with your life and you communicate with yourself, right, and the universe, you have to be crystal clear about what you want, what you desire. I want a pizza, thin crust with black olives, green peppers, extra cheese. Is there any doubt about it? Am I going to get a cheesesteak fillet? No. I am going to get exactly what I ordered because I am clear about what I want. When people tell me, I want this and I want that, or I don't want this or that, there is no clarity. That's why we use declarations, affirmations, incantations, journaling, all of this to really get to that clarity. So I'm going to leave you here with just 10 points, and I'm going to try to go fast on this, and how really you build the abundance mindset, because I started with the question, are you born with it? Is it something you can create and build? And the answer is, I don't know whether you are built with it, but I know that you can build in it or build it. So the abundance mindset is absolutely something that you can create for yourself with awareness and intentionality. So number one is you start by simply appreciating what you have. Something as simple as waking up in the morning. Just imagine every morning we wake up and we're breathing, walking, and talking. That is a blessing in itself. Never shy away from showing so much gratitude about being given another chance, another day, another opportunity to be on this planet. Be present with little things, the breeze, the fragrances, the kindness of people around you. Don't take anything or anyone for granted. We tend to do that sometimes, and I'm also guilty of it at times, because sometimes I'm just so into the moment of what I'm doing that for instance, I fail into really saying, the things that matter that people need to hear from me at that time. So it takes practice. You need to stop, remind yourself, whatever you want to do, but be present in those moments. Be present with what you're saying and what you're doing. And then do not, this is very important one, because as somebody who's out there in social media, and I hear a lot of negativity, and not only from myself, but from so many different people. Negativity and the haters is a big one. Don't fill your heart with those, and don't, of course, focus on what you don't want. A lot of people think about what they don't want in life more than what they want. And again, you are distorting the message to the universe. You're distorting the desires, and the vibration are all messed up. So you're not getting what you want because you have no clarity about it. And then, of course, select the people around you. Do not feel bad to let people go. Some people are just not meant to fit with this message, with this vibration, and that's okay. Be smart about who you surround yourself with. Napoleon Hill says that you are the sum of the 5 people you hang out with. You are what you eat, but you're also who you listen to. So be very mindful about that. People should be giving you and bringing you value, something that lifts you up, not bring you down. So be mindful of that and stop feeling guilty. A lot of us, they think that they need to stay with the same people forever and ever. And that's not how it works. As you grow, some people will have to leave your circle for others to come in. Never be apologetic about creating the life you desire and dreaming big. Never, ever. I am never going to apologize for having big dreams. And I never did. I got me in trouble a few times, but I can take it because, again, I go back to my values and my belief system. I believe in me. I believe in what I'm put on this planet to do and the life that I was given. And I, I'm so grateful for it. Value your time. Again, time is the one main commodity that once it's gone, you never get it back. So be mindful about how you spend your time. Work at being happy. So, a question that I get from clients and students, and they tell me, I'm not happy, I'm not excited. I thought I was going to be excited, but then I reached to that goal and I'm not excited. Well, being excited, being happy, being joyful, being passionate is something that you need to work at. So every day, try to do 3 to 4 things, little things, simple things that make you happy. Even if it's just sitting outside on the porch and looking at the sky, going to the beach, watching birds, kind of go at each other. Whatever your thing is, be mindful about doing 2, 3, 4 things a day that really disconnects you from the chaos of life. And then you say, this is self love. This is self care. This moment is mine to love myself. And you will see the results. And then, of course, get a mentor, get a coach, get a circle of like minded people who can help you grow because this journey, it's not something you're going to do by yourself. You need the right energy, the right people. You need the right environment for you to be able to be successful. So, abundance is something we can all create because it's a mindset that is created within belief, value, thoughts, feelings, behavior, outcomes. Okay. So now I'm going to ask you guys, what are your thoughts and what is the abundance mindset you want to create? So I thank you guys for listening, and I don't know if I went over my time, but with this, I am done talking about one of my favorite topics is how you can have and create an abundance mindset that puts this kind of smile on your face and that makes you just, enjoy life.
Absolutely. You put a lot of smiles and thinking hat on number of people had. And, I always love your smile and your, presence because you believe in what you're doing and that belief taken to you to the next level. I'm sure folks listening from all over the world and our bouquet of flowers from all over the world, the flowers that is, we're sharing you their fragrance throughout it. You actually captured my at saying I believe instead of thinking, and then this helps you tap into the things what we don't see. Wow. Wow. You have given a lot of analogies. Folks, if you really have listened, that analogies kind of fits right in. They were no a big philosophical one, but a true example from the natural life, a cyclical life of giving analogy she coined the concept beautifully that humans are naturally inclined to scarcity mindset. So have that mindset already, and then abundance mindset can be created. Love the analogy of the tennis, where you wanted to know to be ready for the next people and surround yourself to the right people and invest yourself in it. And lastly, about the pizza analogy, what are you ordering? Right here in Learn to Grow Rich, we are here to deliver to you the not only mindset, but also tools, techniques, sessions, and one-on-one mentoring to you so you can get to the next level. Shaba, your amazing talk. Thank you so much about self-care, self-love will lead us to abundance mindset. Appreciate you, sister. You
Thank
are
you.
amazing.
Thank you so much for having me.